Bill, good morning to you. Are you scratching your head, too? I mean, 48 days to go seems like a fool's errand to think you're flipping New York.
You know, I have no idea what the Trump campaign does. That's not my job to book him. There's vulnerability in a lot of different areas as far as Democrats are concerned. But again, New York is, I'd say, 90% assured because of the Democratic machine here. It's a lot like Illinois. They're very similar. But Trump's going to get a lot of exposure. He'll get a lot of network coverage. And I think that's probably why they're doing it.
Do you think maybe, is there any down ballot impact there in New York? I know there are 4 congressional races on Long Island, 3 held by GOP lawmakers and 1 by a Democrat.
Well, traditionally, the Trump campaign and most presidential campaigns don't book on down ballots, but you might be right, Markie. That's a very good observation. The House is very thin, and Long Island is increasingly red, where I am right now. And I'm sure the Republican candidates will be there with him at the Nassau Coliseum tonight.
If you were him or you were advising him, I mean, how would you be spending this final 48 days, Bill? I mean, blitzing the swing states?
Well, I do another debate, but it doesn't seem like he or the vice president really are pushing for that. So I don't know what will happen, but I would do another debate because, as I write in Confronting the Presidents, my new book, which we hope will open at #1 on the Times list, and we'll know later today, Ronald Reagan got waxed in the first debate in 1984, and everybody was panicking on the Republican side. But then he did the second debate just a week before the vote, and he hammered Mondale, and then he won in a landslide. So if Trump believes he has a stronger policy, and I believe that myself, then I would do a second debate if I were him.
Hey, Bill, speaking of books, you know, as the author of multiple best-selling books about presidential assassinations, during a town hall in Michigan last night, Trump said, quote, "Only consequential presidents get shot at." What's your reaction to that statement?
Well, there have been 7 assassination attempts outside of Trump. McKinley was killed. Garfield was killed. I mean, I think all presidents are consequential, Markie. I don't know what he's talking about there.
Fair point, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got his history right or not, but you got Lincoln, you got Garfield, you got McKinley, you got JFK, and then you have Reagan, who was almost killed, miraculously survived. And then you've got Teddy Roosevelt shot in the chest. Only his speech in his breast pocket saved him. And you got Ford, who they missed. So, look, Donald Trump talks off the top of his head. He's not exactly researching like we do for my books. He doesn't really do that. He just tries to rev the crowd up, and he's always going to do that.
Ever since the first attempt on Trump's life, we've heard for all of the calls coming from both directions, lower the temperature. Both sides have blamed the other's rhetoric for the most recent attempt. And Trump last night appeared to try and put forward a message of unity right out of the gate. I want to play a quick bit of sound. Here's the reaction he got.
And I have to say that President Biden called me yesterday. It was very nice. We had a very nice conversation. I appreciated that he called about, you know, what happened the other day. And he says, he's committed. He's committed. No, and today, a little while ago, I got a very nice call from Kamala. No, it was very nice. It was very nice. It was very, very nice.
Yeah, Bill, that was just the first couple minutes of the town hall. What'd you make of that reaction? And is it too late to lower the temperature?
Well, it's a MAGA crowd, and they despise the Democrats and the vice president. On the same side, if you had a Harris rally and she said nice things about Donald Trump, she'd get the same reaction. What Donald Trump might consider doing, and I'm not going to take credit for this, but I know he follows me closely, and I said this earlier this week after the Sunday incident in Florida, is to put out a statement saying, we need to lower this temperature, everybody, and I'd like the vice president to co-sign this statement. If he gets ahead of this, I think he might win over some people who are not MAGA, who are still on the fence.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.